Hey Gemini, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here, Reflexive Moon Tarot. My name is Sarah, and we are doing your reading for the full moon that just happened in Capricorn. So let's just get right into cards. We're going to start off with some oracle, then move to the tarot, and conclude with affirmations. And we have Aries, full moon Aries. A fiery climax approaches. Ooh. Sounds hot. I hope it's not like, a climactic point that just is the beginning of a downfall. That's not what we're going for. Ooh, we got the moon. So we don't know. We don't know what's up. We got some lunar influence. Some people say that the moon means like deceit. It could mean lies. I just think it means, I don't know. I feel like the biggest takeaway from the moon is humility, because we don't really know exactly how it influences us. We just know that it influences our water. It regulates our tides. It is kind of stuck to us to a certain degree. And it's really helpful to us as well. The way it keeps us lit at night. The way it allows us to measure time. Anyways. What else we got going on here? Two of Wands reversed. So I would say that you don't know which direction you're headed. And that you really need to work on your confidence. You're allowing, maybe there's an earth sign, Knight of Pentacles, that came through for you. They ended up being like not as ambitious and maybe not so as ambitious, but just not healthy. And it could be that they were not ambitious. And they betrayed you, perhaps on some level. Maybe they deceived you into thinking that they, were on their A game, when in actuality, oh man, this could also just be a loss. Maybe you've lost somebody. But Page of Wands, overlooking the situation. The universe is telling us that new beginnings and new ideas are on the horizon. There is some inner conflict, maybe with choices, but this is also just like a decision to take on the challenge that is going to be like shit coming at you from multiple angles or people. It's been very uncomfortable, this your journey up until this point in the recent past. It's almost like you've been uncomfortable, but also learning how to unpack things you didn't know, or just accept things about people that you didn't really, I don't know, maybe you're like dealing with an awakening, which is really, can be very, it feels tragic when you realize how shitty people are and how the world is. At the same time, it allows you to grow. It changes your perspective. It allows you to see things new. And it also, with that comes new insights. You have the King of Swords. You're realizing that somebody who is also an air sign, they could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or have any type of significant placement in their chart. Either way, the King of Swords reversed represents an individual who is psychologically abusive, the type of person who gaslights, the type of person who lies, the type of person who is also extremely insecure. And they could also be a know-it-all. They think they know everything, or like they think that their shit doesn't stink, when really they're just lying to themselves. It is what it is. This could also be an individual, like an older person, who is not keen on dismantling any type of like draconian ideologies they got operating their life. So anyways, we don't need to like dwell on this individual. There's somebody that you're going to be dealing with or coming to terms with on some level. Emotionally, you would rather just kind of like numb out. You could be meditative though. This could be very much related to what it is that you need to do to get comfortable in your emotions. Sometimes that's numbing out. Sometimes that's meditating. Sometimes, you know, it's just some type of trip you want to go on. Whatever works for you, Gemini. Maybe you're realizing that you, despite being like, you know, a boss on some level, or you've bossed up, you've got some boss-like status, you're realizing that you're not perfect and that there's things about you that you need to come to terms with on some level, that you need to contemplate. Or, I mean, I feel like the Four of Swords is more about contemplation. The Four of Cups is about emotional intelligence, like leveling up your emotional intelligence, or just connecting with your feelings in general. Or if you've gone through something terrible, going through the motions of numbing out so that you can maintain your daily grind until you're in a spot where you can deal with your emotions. I would say that you're in a spot where you can deal with your emotions, but there's just something that you don't want to look at, something that you don't want to, that you're very resistant towards. Or you're just dealing with somebody who's super resistant. And I mean, it's, yeah. I don't know, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to address the you problems, and how are you going to set boundaries for the them problems? Okay. So, yeah, you're not... That's so funny. I said Four of Swords, did I not? It just came through. So you're not dealing with the situation. You're not looking at yourself. So you are numbed out, and it's because you don't want to address where it is that you've gone wrong, how you may have contributed to a situation, and how are you going to adjust so that when you are at a loss on some level, the next battle that, you know, overwhelms you or is overwhelming, like if you don't do this work, then it's going to just pile up, you know? And you hope for people to see you maybe as, I don't know if this is how they see you, but like you want to be seen as charitable, as fair, as just, as taken care of, as willing to take care of yourself as well. But there's just something that's missing the mark. You know, if you're to critique philanthropy, right? So many philanthropists hide up all that money that they fundraise in accounts that are not taxable, right? It's because it's for philanthropy. It's for the greater good, right? It's charitable stuff. But those people that are doing, a lot of the people that are doing that are actually just creating foundations so that they can store their money without having to pay taxes on it. It's tax evasion. I'm not saying that all of the rich people do that. I'm just saying that there are a lot of people that do that. And like, if you were to look at their deliverables, so yeah, like they, you know, they provided some school classrooms with books and shit. And then the rest of the money just gets saved for like their rainy day because, you know, whatever, for whatever reason. Or like there's, you know, say for example, like parent groups fundraise for entire school districts and whatnot, but then all the only school that receives the money is the ones that their kids go to, and it doesn't go to the actual board to like be dispersed evenly amongst the other schools where there may be like lower income neighborhoods feeding into them, right? And so it's only the rich kids that end up getting all the money that was for fundraising for the needs of children. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the situation. There are causes that you could be focusing your energy on. Like if you're really going to maybe be a Robin Hood about things, or just really be philanthropic or be giving, there's just something that you need to come to terms with. Who are you, like is there some type of sacrificial lamb? Are you the sacrificial lamb, or are you like you're just not seeing the situation for what it's worth, and you're at some type of loss with, you know, despite this rant that I just went on that may not 100% be relevant. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're just avoiding. There's like an ending, or there's just something. It's like you don't want to change. There's something that you don't want to see and don't want to change. And it's just like the cards don't lie. Okay? The cards do not lie. Despite the universe showing that you have a great idea, that you have an opportunity. You have opportunity here. You're super conflicted. And somebody is manipulating you, or you are embodying this archetype of manipulator or manipulative. And it's because of emotional blockages, an inability to want to do any type of inventory work that is clear. So just so you know, like if you are worried about what people think, I mean, you may act like you're not worried about what other people think, okay? But if you want to appear a particular way, if you have a standard, right? If you're all about the quality assurance and like the appearance of a fully operational situation, it appears that you are not living by your own standards, and it is visible within your environment. So you can't, like, you may have things to hide, but you can't. Okay? We got the Hierophant reversed and the Four of Pentacles. So you are holding on very tightly to some values that are limiting your growth, because just for the sake of you holding on to them too tightly, to like a worldview, a mindset, your idea of what health is. And you're also not being accountable, or somebody, this individual, this King of Swords, whoever they are, is not being accountable. It's almost just like they're not adhering to the values that they stand by. Which is interesting. You know, like, if you're involved in social justice, you know, I'm back to this Six of Pentacles here. If you're involved in social justice in any type of way, then it must, like, you must be aware of the fact that, you know, there is such a, like, I don't know, the most important thing I ever learned from a person that was all about, like a prof that was all about liberation, was that you have to start with yourself. Okay? Shout out to Professor Krishlow. Okay? You have to start with yourself. And if you are not following your intuition, if you are emotionally manipulating people, trying to make them feel a certain type of way, or if you're allowing yourself to be emotionally manipulated, if you're not confident in how you feel, if you're not communicating your feelings effectively, then that's weak. Like you can't be a king and not communicate effectively. You can't rule your empire effectively by not saying shit. I mean, you could. You could be like some Henry the 7th or 8th and just kill them all. Right? Yeah, let's do that. It's effective. It's memorable. Let's be tyrants instead of actual agents of change. How are you really changing people? By traumatizing them? That's not change. That's fucking oppression. So, quit it. Quit it. Maybe also get honest about the fact that you need some direction and that maybe you haven't been getting direction from the right people. Maybe you need some, like, I mean, if this is work related, which is possible because we do have pentacles coming through and wands, lots of wands. If this is about creative projects, work related stuff, you know, like some type of authoritative body, you know, some type of something. Like, what is it normally the organizations have? They have like board of directors. I was like, words. Boards of directors, right? It's collective. How are you collectively dealing with the situation? Or elders, you know? Anyway, something new. You got to figure it out. Which is exciting. It's very innovative. It needs to be something new. You need to take the plunge and try some new shit, Gemini. I feel like you got this. 100%. Like, this is not all bad. This is just all telling you that you need to wake up and smell the coffee, but you're not. So how are you going to adjust your alarm and fucking brew to snap you out of it? Snap out of it, Gemini. You could do it. Your gut knows what's up. Trust that bitch. Your gut wants to talk and it always has your back. All you got to do is listen up and not be a punk about whatever it is it's got to say. Even if you're fuzzy on the right thing to do, your gut usually knows what the wrong thing to do is. Maybe the right thing to do is anything but what you tempted to do out of spite, fear, or impatience. Did I not just say that almost? Yeah, probably that. Like 90%, 99% usually. All right, Gemini. Yeah, just be careful because, you know, I'm feeling some type of loss. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? When you lose the trust of somebody, when you lose I don't know. When you lose your trust in somebody, or when you see somebody as incompetent when they actually aren't, when you put people on pedestals who don't deserve it. You know, it could just be some type of sacrifice needs to be made. And only you'll know what that is. And it's going to be different for you. It's going to be something maybe that you've never done before. But it's going to be like your first crack at something different. So it'll be a learning process, and it will 100% 100% be a significant decision in your journey. I really feel that that is the case, 100%. All right. We're going to conclude with affirmations. Ooh, we got the 9 of Wands. Okay. I am strength of spirit. So this is about protection. I am strength. Oh, repeat after me if you wish. I am strength of spirit, gathered while carrying a task through with dedication and persistence. I am the wisdom gathered from trying to put my ideas into practice. I am the foundation and reserve of energy that grows when I act on the spiritual guidance I receive. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. Well, spiritual guide is telling you to sleep on it. I am the personal integrity that results when I follow my own path and stay true to my vision. I am wholeness, the coming together of many ideas and inspiration into a single path. All right, Gemini. That's all I got for you this time around. And I hope it resonates. And if, it's helpful, if it isn't, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps support the growth of my channel. And we'll catch you next time. Take care and bye for now.